Hey y'all. So I know I strive to be transparent on this channel and I just am. I always talk about or have mentions of plants that do obviously do well in my care, but then also plants that just don't love me and they die and end up in plant heaven with all the other plants that all of us as a collective plant community have killed. But anyways, there's been some where I thought it was not just dying but dead, but they're making a comeback, y'all. So I dedicate this video to my comeback plants that I have in my care currently. They all look a little bit rough, but what's a comeback if you don't have the scars to show it, you know? So I will be talking about two Calatheas that I actually purchased the beginning of last year or summer-ish last year. And before I purchased those Calatheas, I said on this channel I'll never buy Calathea again. Don't listen to me when I say I won't buy a plant again because things happen. Because Calatheas, obviously when they're not under my care and you see them at the store, they're so beautiful, they're so big. Their leaves are gorgeous, like the Orbifolia I found at Lowe's, and then the other one was the Calathea Arnata or Rosie. I get those confused. Oh, they're beautiful, beautiful plants, y'all. I don't know why I did this to myself, but it's okay. So we're gonna first talk about those. Different texture and colored pots. It's like a brownish, and they had them in, I think, tan. But I don't know, something about this pot that was just really pretty, the color. So, and it was only $15.98. I know I said before, I'm not getting Calathea unless it's like $5, $10. Look at this baby. Mira. It's gorgeous. Belleza. And so I'm going to pot her in Pond Leca mix. I'm feeling brave and that's it. I'm just feeling brave. So I'm going to do it in hope that she survives. Over here is the Calathea, Dottie or Nada, Rosie, I don't know. But look, it's not in the best condition. But look, there's a new leaf that wants to come out. There's one that died. I need to clean it up. But these are just literal comeback plants. There's still hope, y'all. There's still hope. I will, though, I'll probably repot this and the Orbifolia too sometime soon. But there's hope for it, and I'm not giving up.
This one looks really good. This one looks tall. Oh my gosh, Janae. I saved it in the nick of time. They actually all look pretty good. Look at this big leaf coming out. Okay. Pick 2 out of the 4.
Like this one.
Yes.
This one.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this to the sink and remove most of the soil, and then I'll be back. Okay, now that most of the soil is removed, I already picked out my container that I'm going to use, so it's a perfect match. And also my beautiful Anthurium veitchii, my Philodendron Gloriosum. They're in the same setup too, and it's cute. Okay, and so I always personally, I fill the bottom with leca, especially because pond, it is they're tiny rocks. And so they can like easily get slide through the hole. So I personally fill the bottom with leca. You don't have to. You can fill the whole thing with pond. This is just what I personally do. And so I will just layer the bottom, and then I will continue to fill it with pond. And that is like honestly so easy to do. And now that the plant is planted in the substrate, you can just go ahead and put it in your whatever container that you're personally using. The next step is obviously to fill it up with water.
Okay, in my little area of misfits is where the Calathea orbifolia is. As you see, there is a new leaf coming out, so I'm happy about that. I do want to repot it in a smaller thingy and check the roots. I just haven't got there yet, but I mean, it's alive, there's new growth, and I'm not giving up on this plant, y'all. I have a personal challenge for myself that by the end of this year, 2025, this plant will be at least twice the size as it is now, because it's growing back. I just really think the transition, it didn't go well for this. It wasn't the pond, as you can see. I just think it was the transition. Some plants get more in shock than others, and yeah. So I'm very determined to get these calatheas back on board to be full and healthy. I really believe I can do it. But as I did mention in the clip, I am going to pop my orbifolia just in a smaller container. And when, I don't know, but that's what I want to do. But I'm very determined to get these plants back to their full glory. Now the next plant is the Philodendron Gloriosum. My goodness. Okay, here is my Philodendron Gloriosum. A wonderful subscriber gifted me this beautiful baby, and I love this plant. I love the leaves, and as you see, she is in this long pot, but she just hasn't been doing well. She gets a new leaf, one dies. Her soil's been draining out super quick, and as you see, there's just all these nodes and no leaves. And so I was like, okay, I just need to do something because it was becoming frustrating. So I'm just going to take it out of here. Yes, I know this plant is a crawler, but I'm going to go ahead and pot it in leca only in one of my clear containers and just see how she does there. And if she starts you know, growing more and everything, then I'll go ahead and eventually place her back in an elongated pot. So the roots were more fine than what I was expecting. And so I'm just taking my time trying to remove most of the soil from the stem without damaging too many roots. So I'm just trying to be gentle. And as you see, the bottom right, there is a new leaf forming, which I'm
I was excited about, but like I said, you get a new leaf, one dies, and I've seen a lot of amazing plant tubers who have big, full, beautiful gloriosum. So I was like, okay, this can't be the life. And so, yeah, that's why I knew it was time for a change. Okay, so this is what I'm left with. And so I'm going to just cut her up. And so the part with majority of the roots, I'm going to put that in sphagnum moss in hopes that it will sprout something new and beautiful for me. And then for the nodes, I will go ahead and put it in a sphagnum moss box. And then the leaf node cutting part, that will be the one that's going to go directly in leca. And fingers crossed. Okay, this easy green right here is actually plant fertilizer that I use for my fish tanks because I have all live plants in my fish tanks, and I use that for it. And I was like, why not use it for houseplants? I'm sure it would do just fine. And so yeah, this is my first time doing it. I just randomly thought of it, but I know it's not, I don't believe it's going to do anything negative to it. I believe it's just like help it, if that makes sense. And so I'm just trying my best to go ahead and wrap these roots in the sphagnum moss, and then the node cuttings I will just plop on top of it and hope for the best. Okay, so it is now August and mid-August, and it is time to check on my baby. Okay, she might be thirsty. Ooh. And this is honestly my first time doing a close-up of her. Well, looking at her close-up other than watering her for over the month since she's been here. And y'all, look. She has new roots that are forming from her nodes. But that's good. She still has her same 3 leaves. And then this one is finally pushing out. Hopefully unfurls soon. So this is her so far. And I mean, I'm happy with the progress. I'm glad she's not dead. Oh, we need to check the what I have in the sphagnum moss box. Sphagnum box. Or sphagnum moss container. Sphagnum moss container. Okay. So I've said this before on my channel. I don't have great success at all with node cuttings. I just don't. So I'm not surprised. I swear, I feel like I just looked in here not too long ago and there was nothing there.
And y'all, this is the Philodendron Gloriosum. This was just a little nubby nub. And look, we already have another leaf coming. These two are going to unfurl sometime this year. They're like the typical philodendrons where they take forever, but I mean, it's it's something. It's not dead. There is life, okay? There is life. That's what matters. And then over here by my Aglaonema Green Army is, yeah, the rest of the plant. So these two are one of the oldest leaves. This one is new, and this one is a new-ish one. And this is just in water. You can't really see the roots, but I've been keeping it there for forever because I'm just like, you've put me through so much. But I mean, I could pop this up and I would have a beautiful glory osum. But yeah, but look at those leaves and just how it looks there. It looks really pretty there. So until further notice, I'll probably move her. And then actually in my IKEA cabinet, I'm not going to pick it up because I don't feel like moving those other plants. But back there behind the anthurium right there, that is another node that I have propagated in the sphagnum moss box. And look, we have life. We have life. We have life. And it's been, I can't, it's doing better than the Calatheas, that's for sure. And you saw the little stub though that I showed you in the new growth, like that right there makes it um I don't know, it makes me very happy. Once again, it's a comeback. But it's doing good though. And then the cuttings that I have over here, and then the other baby propagation that I took. So this one, it's just literally been on a full journey. A full journey. But I really too wanted to talk about this one as well too, because whenever you think a plant's going to die, or if you just see the leaves, let's say the leaves are all just wilted or melted, yellow, brown, whatever, always check the roots. Y'all, just always check the roots. Take it out of that substrate, cut it up, propagate it, put it in moss, perlite, sphagnum soil, whatever your little heart's desires. Like there's hope for these plants, y'all. But yeah, this gloriosum, it has really truly been on a journey, as you see, and I'm just glad I didn't give up on her, because there were some points where I'm just like, really, really, but I'm glad I didn't. And whenever I do pot up the cuttings, I do want to put it in. I'm just going to get a rectangle bin from Dollar Tree. I'm gonna get two of them. I'm gonna get one and I'm gonna put holes in it with my soldering iron and then use the other one as the water reservoir, and that will be its elongated rectangle pot since it's a crawler. Well, that's what I plan to do for that. To put it in that elongated pot, but that's what I plan to do for that eventually as well. So yeah. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this little journey of my little combat kids. If you have a plant that you thought was going to die, but now it's alive, you're like rehabbing it, let me know in the comments what plant it is, and like just let others know like the journey that your plant has been through. And if you are a person who has just given up on plants, like there's always hope, y'all. There's always hope. But then again, there are times too where I have been through where a plant either consistently wasn't doing right, or I was just fed up and I was just like, I don't care if I can save you, you're going to the trash. I mean, that happens, that's reality, and it's totally okay if you've done that as well too. As soon as I pray, you answer me. You encourage me by giving me strength. Psalm 138:3.